Hello, welcome to Disturbing Ourselves podcast. My name's Joe,
Vin.
and this is a podcast where we just talk about random shit that comes to mind, some topics that you guys might have suggested. You can hit us up at capital DO_podcast on Twitter. We also have an Instagram. It's just Disturbing Ourselves podcast, all one word, all lowercase. And we also have a email. It's just Disturbing Ourselves podcast at gmail.com. Any way you guys want to hit us up, just go ahead and do it, and we'll try to get to whatever you guys suggest. First topic of business here. We haven't recorded in a while. That's mostly my fault. Partially life, partially other shit. But also, we've been working a lot. Vin's picked up a new job. Can't really talk that much about, just because it's medical, and HIPAA might kill him. But
Better just leave it as he really can't talk about it because everyone went, what the fuck does he do? Alright.
well, we talked about you're a nursing student before. Now, can't talk about it due to legal issues, obviously. But anyway, so been gone for a while. Apparently 5 months from what I saw. But yeah, so the other day brought back an Instagram, which I don't really know how to work. I mean, we could probably just take pictures of random shit. I took a picture of my setup, even though we used Ben's Razer laptop. But we use the same like Yeti mics and stuff like that for the podcast. Basic same equipment, except for he uses Florida Studios and stuff like that, because it's better to use the Yeti mics for that. Because for some reason Audacity doesn't pick up the inputs correctly. But Vinny, you're very quiet.
I was waiting for you to finish your spiel.
Alright.
Alright, so quick question. Would you rather poop out 400,000 gallons of mayonnaise or one shuriken?
How long would the 400 get? Wouldn't you be dead?
Listen, that's the hypothetical. Pick one or the other.
You could live through both of them, I'm assuming?
I guess.
Well, how big's the shuriken?
I guess the normal size, but it's pointed all the way around.
I guess the mayo, because that wouldn't technically hurt you.
Well, you agree with the 73%.
No?
Yeah, that's what I agree with too.
We're using RR rather, by the way.
Would you rather eat chocolate pudding that tastes like shit or shit that tastes like chocolate pudding?
I'll go with the first one. Because you're going to get violently ill with the second.
Yeah, I'd have to go with the first one, mainly because from a medical standpoint.
I really wish...
Surprisingly, more people would rather eat the shit. Like the actual shit that tastes like the chocolate pudding. Not by much, only 2%, but still.
Also, kind of side note, before we continue doing this, we had an issue with the recording last time. We had a corruption. Had a bunch of people on, some friends that haven't been on before, but might have them back on at some point. I don't know. We had our buddy Matt, Adam, and Kim on, but obviously there was an issue with that, so that's why the upload's a little late. But other than that, let's get back to the Would You Rather, I guess?
Alright, this is starting to look like it's going to get bad. Would you rather drink a cup of your mom's period blood or a cup of your dad's sperm? I'm going to have to go with the blood, because I've tasted period blood. It's not that bad. I mean, it's not like...
Sure.
I'm craving it or anything, but I mean, it's not like... I'm going to vomit.
Well, we're on the not safe for work section.
Apparently, 57% rather eat dad's sperm.
I guess there's a lot of girls with daddy issues who...
I don't know. Like, if it was like a quantity of like one time's worth, that'd be fine. You wouldn't really have to worry about it. But 8 ounces of sperm, that's a lot of sperm. Like, that's been sitting there for him to fill that up. Ugh. Maybe I shouldn't go with this.
Yeah, maybe we should switch over here.
Sorry. Would you rather your daughter had no friends or was a slut?
I'd
rather my daughter do what makes her happy, but that's not an option. I'm gonna go with...
I guess as long as she's being safe.
They're gonna go with have no friends, I guess?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
No, apparent. 55% agreed with us. 45% said they'd rather than be a slut.
I don't know. Slut's kind of objective, too.
I don't really care what she does, but... Alright. Would you rather go down on your grandpa...
Alright, we should probably get the fuck off.
Or have your grandma go down on you. Oh god.
Skip. I'd rather do none.
You gotta pick one or the other. You gotta do it. Someone has a gun to your head. I don't have a gun here to put, but you know what I mean.
I'm fucking good. Shoot me. I don't care. I'm not doing that.
Everyone, now you know how to get Joe to allow you to shoot him. I guess I'm gonna go with the grandma because I don't want old dude dick in my mouth. 74% agree with me. Would you rather have
what the fuck is
severe... that's Photoshop. Have severe hammer toe or holes in your toes? I guess hammer toe.
You can hide that, right?
What?
Hammer toe?
I guess. I'd rather have hammer toe than holes in my toes.
Well, you could probably get that fixed.
Apparently 59% rather have holes in their toes.
Wouldn't that be constant pain?
I don't know. Would you rather pee every time you stand up or poop every time you sit down? Pee every time I stand up.
Yeah. Also, I feel like we're being a lot more tense that we don't have other people in the...
Which do you prefer? Chest or butt? Face isn't an option.
I don't know. It depends on the girl.
I'm going to say most people say butt. Haha, I was right. 55%.
Huh.
Would you rather do anal with 3 giant scorpions until your anus is ripped off? Oh, now they're going to rip your anus off.
Prolapse and pull.
But that's not like the anus is like sphincters and a bunch of other stuff. Or get a blowjob from the shark. I'm going to take blowjob from the shark.
It doesn't say you use teeth, so yeah, let's go with that.
Because it could just be a sand shark. And that wouldn't be too bad. Yep, 66% agreed. Would you rather sleep with the hottest woman you know freshly dead or the ugliest, smelliest woman alive and kicking? Dead one.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just become an Avenged Sevenfold song. It's alright.
Wow.
That's all I think about. That or Shadow Moon.
I thought you meant necrophilia. That's all you think about. I'm like, all right, Ben, let's go into this.
No, because we've been watching American God, so I was just thinking about his dead wife. You know, dead whore wife, but he never says whore. But your brain goes, he definitely should have said.
It's kind of like those movie quotes that they say that actually have nothing to do with the movie. Like, they always think that people said it, but it
what, like
happen.
Luke, I am your father, but he actually says, no, I am your father.
Yeah,
or in Waterworld,
they
where they
said,
go, I've seen land.
Yeah,
and
dry
no
land
one
exists,
ever
I
says
see it, but it's never actually said. Which is weird, because that's like a Mandela effect of fucking movie quotes,
Yeah,
and I don't know why.
Me and Kyle looked at each other, like, really concerned when we watched that episode of SAO Abridged. We're like, wait, it's definitely this, but it's not said.
By the way, so glad I signed up for their fucking Patreon. They give so much shit to you. If you sign up for, like, higher ones, by the way, they'll send you the scripts for the thing before it comes out.
Oh, really? Maybe I'll sign up for them. How much are the higher ones?
I'm on the $5 tier. It gives you access to, like, the Google Drive stuff, because they get taken down all the time, so I want to be able to watch it if it gets taken down. But, the higher tiers, you get scripts from them. They do,
No, what are the higher, like, price-wise?
Oh, it goes $1 to support and get access to the thing, $5 to get all that previous stuff plus access to the Google Drive. Next tier up is scripts, and the I think they do like a live stream thing every once in a while, and that's, I want to say 15 or 20 or something like that.
Oh, maybe I'll sign up for it.
Yeah, I mean I'm kind of a broke college student, so I did the $5 tier, so I just had access to their shit if I needed it. Also, I wanted to support it. Also, they got past their $4,000 mark. They're at like $5,500.
Oh, really? When
Yeah.
I checked last, they were at $3,400.
And apparently, they're working on a new abridged.
I hope it's SAO.
It's not. I forget what it's called.
They're going to go back to SAO.
I would hope they went back to SAO, but I mean, whatever they're fucking hilarious. I don't care.
I know, but...
I also support Team 4-Star, but it's just the standard one.
I know, but I want I want to see the second arc of Season 1 and then both arcs of Season 2.
By the way, I was watching a video today on how they improved everything from SAO with SAO Abridged, and they did so much shit. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah, like with the, you know how Yui in the show, like the actual show, she's just a plot device? But for like the abridged one, they actually give Kirito like feelings and shit like that, and they put him through an entire arc.
What are you talking about? No, in the non-abridged, he has feelings for her.
I understand that, but they just use her as a plot point for him to be like, I don't want to be in a guild type thing. But in like the abridged, they actually make it so like it scars him. It like makes it part of his personality. I just thought it was neat how they did it.
You know what it is? You've never actually watched SAO, so you don't actually know what you're saying.
No, they went over it. I mean,
No, they actually, if you watch the whole thing, you understand the scarringness of it because you never hear her last words.
well, I don't know, because people who seem to hate SAO fucking love the abridged. I haven't met one person who doesn't like it. Like if I mentioned,
I know I love the abridged, but like they do actually. I mean, granted,
so sad
it's
it's
not,
only 11 episodes.
It's not as like where they show the features of him being scarred
Mm.
because they don't do that kind of like editing that they did.
By the way, is there new Helsing up yet? Like Helsing abridged?
Probably not. That just came out like a couple months ago.
I know.
They
but
usually
don't-
do it like once every 6 months or once a year.
You see, that's the one they should be focusing on, not like Dragon Ball Z.
It's the voice actors, I think.
Oh, they're scheduling.
Yeah, I think that's what it.
By the way, I think the girl who plays Asuna, I'm pretty sure she's the girl who plays Policewoman. I might be wrong.
I don't know. She's in How to Be an Adventurer.
I like how, by the way, she's not actually American,
And it sounds
and
nothing
she's
like her
nothing
character.
like she's actually like. You look at it and you go, "What?"
Well, when we watched her thing and her voice was completely different, and we looked at each other.
Yeah,
and
she's Scottish.
we're like, wait, what?
I was like, "That's a pretty good American accent." I'll be honest. She's literally not what I was expecting, though.
Yeah.
No, but supporting the team 4-star, something witty. Obviously, Philip DeFranco. I've talked about that before. I'm at the $10 tier with him because he does like private live streams, like town hall things and all. And then I think, I'm also supporting H3H3, but I think they stopped doing that. So, if you know who they are at all, they're like kind of funny news almost.
Yeah, I don't think I support anyone like that. Like, I don't do anyone's YouTube, Patreons, or anything. I mean, I buy, like, even if I read the manga and stuff online, I usually end up buying it.
Well, I only sign up for like a Patreon if it's like someone I like and they're putting out good stuff on the site. Like, I'm not gonna just.
Right, well, I want to buy more stuff from some of my authors, but the problem is, they only write in Japanese, and the printout copies are only in Japanese, which means it'd really be wasteful to just buy it.
Just learn fucking Japanese.
I'm really tempted to, but I don't want anyone to know I learn it.
And just start screaming it in the night.
No. So this way, when we're out in public, and we for some reason start a confrontation with someone who doesn't speak a lick of English, where they're talking shit.
And you're just gonna hope they're Japanese.
Well, I kind of want to learn Japanese, Russian, Gaelic, Latin, and Greek.
That's some high aspirations, but alright.
I got my life to do it.
Surprised you didn't say Italian.
No,
If you learn Latin, go with Italian afterwards because it's kind of similar.
I'm good. I don't really have a purpose for Italian. I doubt I'm going to go back and visit my family in Italy.
I know, but being Italian, I would have figured that would be one of the languages you want to learn.
Nah, because like I feel like my family would be like, that's a great idea. I'd be like, no.
I mean, if you want to, I took Italian a few years back, so I have the whole like learn Italian kit.
I'm good. I have the French one on my fucking Mac. I still have the discs.
Oh, the Mac with the double logic board error?
With the same logic board error twice?
He had an impossible error on his Mac. I don't know. He took it to the people who work at Apple, and they're like, "What?
They asked me what I did to it, and I didn't know either. I just restarted my Mac.
You were running fucking Mac and Windows on a Mac
Hey,
without using Handbrake."
it was a
Not only were that's not even the problem. You were playing fucking games on the version of Windows you
I
had
was
running on the
trying
side.
to, but I couldn't get to work. It wouldn't allow me to get enough RAM.
Yeah, Macs aren't really made for gaming. They're more for
Yeah,
like
and
editing.
I've seen the video. You know, the one where the guy's robbing the guy, and he's like, he goes to get the Mac, and then he goes, "What are you going to use this for?" And he goes, "Games." And the guy
they
comes
just
out of
beat him.
nowhere and starts beating the shit out of the robber, only because he said he was going to use a Mac for gaming.
It's like, thanks, you just saved my life. He's like, wait, he was a robber? No, but actually Razer has some pretty decent processing power too, which is good for video editing and stuff, which is why they kind of aim Florida Studios at you, like just as free.
Yeah,
But
give it to me. I'm waiting. I'm saving up now, but I'm going to wait until they have another one where they're giving a bunch of free shit with their laptop. and buy it.
Yeah, they have crazy bundles.
Yeah, every once in a while. You can get a college discount too.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like 10%. But you have to be. It's
not being sponsored, by the way. Just.
But if Razor wants to sponsor me,
listen, free shit.
I don't even care about the free shit. I just want. Oh no!
Don't turn down free shit.
I want the free shit. I want the tri-screen laptop. Really bad.
There's actually a thing you can buy, but you have to get it through like a European website. It's an attachment for your computer.
Yeah, no, they come in different colors.
Yeah.
But no, I want the Razor one, so I go in there.
They're pretty nice looking. I don't know how well they actually work.
I want to go into class, open my laptop, hit the button for the gears to come out the side, and then when the lights are out, there's just fucking lights shooting all.
I don't know if it opens just from the side or like fucking suicide doors open, but I really hope it does the second.
It slides out like that. From the video I watched.
For all of you people who just heard him say like that, he meant from side to side, not suicide door style.
That's true. You guys can't see me, so I can make any hand motion I want.
Listen, we'll get a camera eventually. For right now, it's audio.
And then we'll wear masks to conceal our identities.
Actually, what we could do is, my new phone's coming in, and then your phone currently, you can do 4K video, so we could actually export it to your computer and then render it like that. Because you were talking about you might want to do like D&D on the channel.
Yeah, I have to work on the D&D logic, but yeah.
Yeah, and then we don't actually have to do a secondary channel like we were thinking, because the name of the channel isn't actually podcast, it's just Disturbing Ourselves.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's Disturbing.
No, I looked at it, it's just Disturbing Ourselves. So I just have to change the logo just that. But yeah, also YouTube banner that's a pain in the dick. Like making your own custom banner. I don't know why, but every time like I even get the dimensions right, it just rejects it. I don't know why.
No, not mine. That's you. You do the pictures, the Instagram, the Twitter, and then I guess if we make a Tumblr, I'll run that because I know how to work Tumblr.
Also, by the way, I don't know if this is actually happening on the mic or not, but you keep rocking back and forth. I'm wondering if you're going in and out.
Nah, it sounds the same.
Alright.
I'm listening to it. But on that topic, we should probably make a Facebook. Maybe get a Squarespace. I think I just want a Squarespace to make Mama Molly a website.
Oh, what, your talking dog?
Yes.
Alright.
So then you could like upload audio clips.
That's a very...
Do you know how to make an app?
Dude, I just learned HTML like last night. Like I can make like a shitty web page. But
does someone want to send me a website that will teach me how to make a soundboard app?
I mean, what you could do is you could just look up online like the programming languages for making applications. It shouldn't be that difficult.
I don't think I have it. I don't have it on this phone. It was on the other phone.
Because I know at least with like HTML, it's not so much programming language. Like you have to like put things like if you want like a header, you have to put an H with brackets, then write the title, and then put a H with brackets with like a slash on the side to end it. And the same thing with like paragraph, like it's like P instead of H, and then...
Gay Meme Master posted this when you weren't looking.
Wait, what?
I don't know. I didn't know I followed someone called Gay Meme Master.
Gaming Master?
No, Gay. GAYMEMASTE. I don't know.
Okay then.
But apparently I do. Oh, it's like some cool like landscape photos. Okay, I didn't know.
Is that the same one who posts the inspirational Facebook quotes?
No. That's like something spirit science. I don't even remember adding them, but for some reason they pop up all the time.
Who cares?
Remember when I was reading them to you and you got like, you're like, alright then. No, but I want to make one that does like, alright, I apologize because I don't know how it's going to sound across the mic. Like it's a soundboard app.
Oh, that's not hard. You just have to, once you get the programming language down, all you got to do is you got to make text and then embed the audio link into the text when you click.
And then we just make Mama Molly ones, and then when we're out in public.
They don't know what that is.
They don't need to know yet. We can wait.
We're just gonna leave the concept.
We're gonna wait. We're gonna keep mentioning it until we have a bunch of people listening, and then we'll finally reveal it, like for a milestone. You know, like Templar Molly, Pope Molly,
we get,
the
like...
not okay Mollies.
Aren't most of them not okay?
Yeah, like Old Man Molly's fine, who's just a ripoff of Wolverine, but a fluffy dog with a beard, sort of. Well, a non-fluffy dog with a beard.
And she has like... Does she actually have the claws, or was it like plastic? It's a weird inside joke. We just have multiple versions of Vinny's dog. I don't know why.
There's there's Pope Molly. She's okay.
Sort of.
She's rectifying the Catholic Church. It's alright. Then there's Templar Molly, who's our current favorite Molly. Then there's not okay ones from a long time ago. And we're not sure how they started. Then there's the Molly Esther, who's really not okay.
Yeah, we should probably elaborate on this later, but
One day. One day. What else? What else but Molly? And then there's Flints, which are the hyper-intelligent dog of mine who's smart. And then he's also an inside joke, and he always tries to make Molly forget how to talk. That's his thing.
because he thinks she's going to indirectly kill you.
Or purposefully kill me.
I don't even think the ones that are meant to actually try to kill you understand that they need to kill you.
You mean like Templar Molly?
Yeah.
Oh, they say give it to your dad, so here.
Best part is the cat's out of the bag.
Fuck, where'd the cat go? And I was cracking up. One of them said that in the car about the cat being out of the bag.
Yeah.
And I went to make the inside joke, but you weren't in the car. I was pissed. I turned around to go, Joe, the cat's out of the bag, and you weren't there. Fuck.
Yeah.
Why am I whispering?
I don't know.
The mic still picks up pretty well.
Are you just testing the strength of your mic? You also have a mic on the side of your face. I don't know if that's picking it up too.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And I can still hear myself. If it is, it's recording properly together.
Alright.
There's like no distortion. Unless I'm just not hearing it. Alright, would you rather have sex with a consenting 8-year-old or your own consenting sister? So this question, for me...
That just sounds like, which list you want to be on?
No, but this question, my sister's... Oh, 9-year-old. My sister's 9.
Okay.
So either way, it's the same question.
We might want to get off of this before we get put on a list.
Well, Joe, now you gotta answer.
No.
Alright, I'm gonna say... Alright, then let's guess, because I don't really...
Incriminate yourself, bud.
Alright, I'm gonna... Well, it doesn't matter which one I pick, technically. I'm gonna say majority picks your own consenting sister. Yep. 33% said the 9-year-old.
Huh.
But then again, their sisters might be younger than 9. Oh, man. Would you rather eat a used tampon or a liter of diarrhea? Oh, my God. Used tampon.
Yeah. That sounds like a shorter, uncomfortable...
87% agreed with us. Yeah, I would not do the diarrhea, because if they have C. diff,
Ugh.
it smells so bad. Would you rather watch your parents doing it 1,000 times or join in once?
Well, my parents are kind of separated.
That doesn't matter. Then find your mom and your stepdad. They're now your parents. They're married.
I guess.
I'm gonna say watch 1,000 times.
Yeah, I'd rather not do the second.
66% agrees. Would you rather eat a diarrhea-dipped banana or a sperm-filled Twinkie?
Oh.
Sperm-filled Twinkie.
How many?
82% agrees with me.
Alright.
Would you rather eat a cup of liquefied maggots or eat a whole raw chicken? A cup of maggots.
Yeah, because you're not going to get brutally ill from that. Probably.
62% rather eat a whole raw chicken.
That you die from that, right?
Just tastes disgusting. Have you ever had raw chicken? It's awful. Would you rather rape a chicken or get raped by a walrus? I'll rape the chicken. I'll
Same.
fuck its cloaca. I'm putting a condom on. I rape a chicken. Someone commented, I rape a chicken every time I go to McDonald's, and I'm loving it.
Wow.
The one under that is cock inside a cock. Cockception. Then the one under that says, who picked walrus? All in capitals. 28% picked the walrus. Do you know in some states bestiality is allowed?
That's not okay.
Yeah, well, now you know.
Why do you know that?
I don't know. It came up. I don't know how, but
All right.
I think it was on iFunny. There was a video about this girl, and then it sent me to a link, and it was a whole bunch of stuff.
All right.
Would you rather masturbate to 2 girls, 1 cup, or the human centipede? 2 girls, 1 cup.
The human centipede's not actually happening, so
73%. Yeah, but you have to no masturbate to the human centipede, like the actual.
true. But you could actually blank your mind, though.
I'd rather do 2 chicks, 1 cup. It's a lot shorter.
All right.
Would you rather lick a hobo's foot or lick a girl's boob? I'm
Tough
gonna go
choice.
Boob. I think I'm gonna go boob. 6% say the homeless man's foot.
I think some girls are afraid to admit something.
Or some guys. Or they just want it to be funny.
All right.
If you are in prison and a guy.
Then
If you
have
were
a
in
message.
prison and it says in parentheses and a guy, so you're a guy, would you rather take it in the butt and get a blowjob, or give it in the butt and give a blowjob? So did you get fucked in the ass and then blown, or fuck someone in the ass and then blow a dude?
I don't know. What are you picking?
I don't know. Either way, that sounds like a really weird Eiffel Tower. It's what it is. Depends on what middle you are.
I have no idea. Those both sound awful.
Take pretty big shit. So I'm thinking like if the guy that's gonna fuck me ass has a small dick. But you know, like I'm homochondriac. Like what? Bert Kushner, right?
Bert Kreischer, rather.
Whatever. How he was joking around about saying that he's just afraid he's gonna be really good at it.
Oh.
Kyle wanted to let me know an item on your Steam wish list is on sale.
Kyle wanted to let you know that?
Check Steam. Literally every item on my wish list is on sale. Congratulations, Kyle.
Yeah. Yes, because the Steam summer sale's coming up.
Because Kyle needs more games.
I can't wait until his parents go, that computer you use for school, it's filled with games, and he's going to go, fuck.
Given, I guess I'd rather get it. 51% rather give it in the butt and then give a blowjob.
Huh. Okay.
Would you rather be a girl with a penis or a boy with a vagina?
I'll go with the first one.
No, I'd rather be a chick with a dick than a dude with a vagina.
Isn't that just a dude in drag?
No, you're a literal woman, but with a dick.
Yeah, I'd rather have that. Because then you don't have to actually have all the problems that come with that.
No, it doesn't say that you don't have the vagina also. Shove a piece of glass in your dick hole,
Oh, God.
or shove a string of nails in your asshole and then rip them out. Oh my God. I'm going to say, I know this could technically be like a micro piece, but I don't want anything on my dick.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the nails.
Yep, 58% agree. I don't know why, but that just made me think of gangrene of the vagina. That's something you never want to see. Like a legit zombie vagina is what that is.
That's not okay.
Would you rather smell like a fart for the rest of your life or drink a diarrhea milkshake?
Does it mean it's flavored like diarrhea, or it is diarrhea?
I don't know. I'm going to go with the diarrhea. 55%.
Yeah, they don't specify.
Would you have constipation or explosive diarrhea?
Like forever?
Just that's all it says.
I guess.
You can say explosive diarrhea. Oh,
Yeah.
55% prefer constipation. Eat out a blue waffle
Oh.
Or get it in the rear. I'd rather get it in the rear. I don't want to eat a blue waffle.
Well, in the picture, there's a picture of a literal waffle. So
I understand, but that's because censorship. Would you rather have sandpaper hands or no genitals? So do you want to be a Ken doll or cut the shit out of people when you touch them?
I'm gonna go with cut the shit out of people when I touch them.
I feel like that's what most people are going to go with. But I feel like it'd be really... If I don't have genitals, technically speaking, the dick is like...
I don't know. Also, I don't know why this reminded me of the whole thing we were talking about before we were recording. But if you guys, I don't know, if you guys want to leave a comment down below if you want us to do this, we were thinking about doing a movie night with you guys, basically like recording our commentary on it. I don't know if we can show the actual video or not without getting in trouble.
I'll probably just comment, and then you can just watch the video alongside.
Yeah, you know what we could do? We could tell you when to start the film and do something like that.
Well, I was going to say, we could just buffer it and upload it, and then they could just do it at their own leisure instead of doing like a live event.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
also, I feel like we could do D&D with the... Because you have the Pixel, so it has like image stabilization, has 4K video, so we wouldn't really have an issue.
Yeah, well, the problem would be scoping and all that stuff.
True, but I'm saying like you can actually get like a mount or something like that for it. I've seen it before. It's like $80.
Yeah, no, I'm probably not. I don't really want to record all that onto my phone.
Okay.
That just sounds like a pain in the dick to deal with. Enough to pleasure yourself.
Well, Kyle's not wrong. Everything is on sale.
If you were flexible enough to pleasure yourself orally, would you? I'm gonna say yeah. 64% agree with me.
I'd rather get someone to do it.
That's what you say, but if it was like you could and you had no other way, you would. Don't lie to yourself. Would you rather eat worm spaghetti or cricket soup? Worm spaghetti.
And then I got a better question for you. Would you rather have the night sweats or scream German in your sleep?
Scream German in my sleep. I've had night sweats. They suck.
For anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, Silicon Valley.
Valley.
I'm only like 2 seasons in, but it's fucking fantastic.
Would you rather have sex with a walrus or not have sex ever again?
Does that mean you can only have sex with the walrus?
No, you have sex with it once, and then you can fuck anyone. Or you just never have sex again. I think I'd fuck the walrus. I'm gonna fuck the fear turkey.
The what? You said the fear turkey? I didn't know that was an expression.
Are you fucking retarded?
What are you talking about?
Think about it.
Oh.
Still no?
No, never mind. Anyway.
Where's it from?
I don't know what it's from. I know what you mean.
What do I mean?
Like stuffing it?
No, that's not.
Alright, what are you talking about then?
It's from Helsing. When he sends the letters about I was going to kill him, and he says, I'm going to fuck the fear turkey.
I don't remember that.
Helsing Abridged.
I know the show you're talking about.
Right,
I don't
well,
remember him saying
Can I
that.
technically pull it up? Fuck, what episode is it? I kind of want to know. Just the clip. I'll just pull up the clip.
I don't know. Can you get in trouble?
No, like, as long as it's only a couple seconds, right? I don't.
No, I mean, with the whole thing with Team 4-Star, though, could they even claim copyright? Because it's a parody of a copywritten show.
I don't know. There's a bunch of people, like, best clips of Helsing and everything.
That's true.
What?
I don't know. I doubt they would mind advertisement.
If they get mad, we'll just apologize. It's not like we're getting any money for it.
Yeah, please make a content claim on the thing that doesn't actually make money.
He will fuck. I'm pretty sure it's like phrase.
Which, by the way, we're apparently eligible to make money.
Yeah, I have yet to see a check.
You have to make up a separate account so you can actually receive payment. Apparently, you make 55% of the ad revenue.
Apparently, Darter has sent me a Snapchat. Oh, it's not. Oh.
What?
Apparently, this is not an appropriate outfit to wear down the shore.
What isn't? Why?
No. Dude, you see? Oh, the one she sent me yesterday, I was like, damn. You can talk. I'm sending him back.
I was just taking a drag. Shut up.
You just want to vape?
Well, I can't actually smoke in your house, so.
Put on your big boy pants and smoke a cigar.
I was smoking regular stuff, and then you're like, no, stop
It's bad
it.
for you. You shouldn't smoke anything. You can get popcorn though. I mean, anyone who wants to smoke, go ahead, smoke. It's free world. Do whatever you want, but still.
Defending crazy people, Joe. Smoking is bad. Ugh.
Hey, listen, I could say anything. I've said everything from on here from like I don't think I've said anything like Mother Teresa like, but I said that the Nazis were crisp, and I got stopped for that one.
I was just worried you were going to make a joke and people weren't going to understand you were joking.
Oh, what? That I'm not being a sarcastic person all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
I was waiting for someone, they'd be like, ah, like freaking the fuck out, and then we'd wind up like John Trump, except for we have less subscribers.
Oh, what? Like, our one friend, apparently, whatever.
I don't know what
John
the
said
fuck
about
he's...
immigration. I don't give a shit about people's political views. If they're funny, they're funny.
Yeah, he shouldn't be able to make me laugh if he has a controversial viewpoint.
Well, she just doesn't want to watch him if he has a controversial viewpoint. I don't really care.
No, a lot of people were like bashing him and they didn't want him to make videos anymore because of what he said. I think he just said something a little controversial. I don't remember exactly what it was. I don't know. I don't agree with his standpoint on some stuff, but that's not why I watch him. I watch him because he's funny.
Yeah, well, not everything. You don't have to care about everything. Well, I guess you should care about people's political views, but I don't really believe in judging them. This happened. What?
What are you watching?
I don't know. It's just I think my friend's has a bunch of wood letters that she's painting white, brown, and orange, and it says her name.
Why?
I don't know.
All right then.
Ronita. Just we don't talk.
Right.
Don't go where I think you're going. I'll end you.
You'll just hear like a tussle in the mic.
No, I'll just pull the tomahawk out. You won't hear a tussle, you just hear whoosh.
No, you'll hear like fucking ruffling going on in the mic.
Yeah, you'll just hear the blood squirting out of you. And then fuck off the paint my walls.
I mean, you get away with shit to the point where you could be like, it's an art choice and just leave it there.
That's just unsanitary.
But yet you rarely clean the bathroom.
It's technically clean. It's just, there's things there.
Yeah.
It just happens really quick. I think I need to get a different tub. Like, it happens, like, if I'll clean that tomorrow with everything, bleach, with strongest cleaner I got,
Yeah.
in 2 days it'll have stuff, like, stuck in it. I don't know where it comes from.
Might just need to replace the tub.
Yeah, I think the tub's wall is, like, roughed up and things are just clinging to it.
That actually might be the problem.
That and there's no ventilation there. So, when you're in the shower and stuff, if you shut the door,
Yeah.
it kind of just mildews it really quick. Anyway.
I don't know, maybe when you take a shower, leave the door open?
Back to rent. I usually do. Well, granted, I usually take shits with the door open, so. And pisses.
And have conversations
I
with
I really just don't care anymore. Like, if someone sees me, like, so.
I'm waiting for you to say you did that at work.
No, those doors automatically shut.
Huh.
Like, behind you. I forget to lock it.
Oh.
No one has opened it on me yet. Oh, work. Fuck work. I like work. I hate work.
What?
Yeah. I love it, but I hate it. Like, I wish I could just do it spontaneously instead of, like, on a schedule.
I wish I could do like a job in my career now instead of later, because I actually enjoy what that is, but I'm stuck working like for like a regular job. I mean, it pays like pretty well. It's like over $10 an hour. It's good for college, but I don't know. It's just mindless drone work.
Just take up more hours.
No, I'm saying I'd rather do something that I enjoy, that I'm actually involved in, rather than...
Yeah, it's making me realize that I do enjoy nursing, but not, like, entry-level nursing positions, I guess you could say.
Well, because you're an assistant, right?
Yeah. Like, I hate cleaning. I mean, I know I'll have to clean up shit as a nurse, but it's not that fun. Like, that's not fun, and being the person that gets all the vitals through the floor and stuff like that, it's annoying. It's just, like, tedious work.
I mean, there's parts of it that are good, right?
Yeah, it's fun and everything. Talking to the nurses is great and the doctors, but it's like where I'm at right now. I do like all the tedious work.
Well, because you're an extern, that's why.
Yeah, I know, but it's like I can't wait to get to the nursing, and then I can't wait to go from the nursing into anesthetist. I mean, you have to be a lot.
Are you still going into anesthetist?
Yes, I'm still shooting for it.
Oh.
That or forensics, but then I'm going to be moving down to Penn.
Oh, okay.
For their department, because I want to do the living forensics or whatever, where you work with like rape and burn and abuse victims.
Yeah.
I mean, I might become like a Dexter. Like I don't plan on it, but I feel like I'm going to see some like raped 8-year-old with like their vagina cut open, and something's just going to snap in me.
What, from all those people on Reddit who chose that option? Not Reddit, RR.
No. When I was in high school, my anatomy teacher showed us what rapists do to children.
Why?
On our last day of school.
What's wrong with that?
Well, no, it's
hey, guys, get ready for your fun summer vacation, but first.
It was an anatomy class, and we were a little bit behind, and he goes, well, I want to show you, like, all the things that can happen to the, like, genitalia, because genitalia was the last
What
thing.
grade was this?
Senior year.
Oh.
And he knew most of the people in anatomy were going into nursing or radiology or something.
Right.
And he goes, well, I'm going to show you, like, what happens with, like, rape victims. We're like, all right. So first it started off like the normal stuff, like bruising, cuts, and stuff like that.
The general shit.
But then it got to like the children, and yeah, people take like razor blades and they'll slit the vagina so it's bigger so that they can fit their dick in it. And like then something in me died that day. Well, didn't die. Something woke up and was just like, if you ever see a rape, it's not call for help, it's hit them with your car. And then I'm just...
That... People who do shit like that need to be put down.
I don't think I'd have I think I'd either have the impulse to like I'd freeze and be like holy fuck, or I think I'd kill the rapist. Like I'd just see red. Like if I saw someone being raped.
Like in the degree I'm going into, like I'm gonna have to like get people on stuff like that because like if you work with the police, like you have to find evidence of digital crime and all that.
Watch your foot.
Oh, sorry. So
I just don't want to knock it over.
I will literally have to put together like case files on this shit, and I'm not looking forward to that.
I really hope that we get put on cases together, but you don't realize, so you come to the hospital to pick up like files, like the written files, and you're just like, Vin?
How would I not know that?
I'll just have my name up. I'll go by a different name. I'll have an alias.
Lorenzo von Matterhorn.
No. Probably like something that you should know, but you wouldn't know at first glance. Maybe like Tar Silver or something.
Yeah. Born Doma.
No, because you would know that. What would Doma be backwards? I'll pull an Alucard.
By the way, laziest idea ever to like rename Dracula.
Who
Who is he? Alucard. Totally not Dracula.
It didn't click to me until like I actually saw it written out.
Are you serious?
Until I saw it written out, then I was like,
because a lot of movies do that shit too. Like they'll be like, "I'm Alucard."
I'm not a big vampire guy.
Me neither am I. But...
The only two things that I've seen Alucard used in is Hellsing and Rosarian the Vampire.
Oh, okay. By the way, really good vampire movie until the very end. Daybreakers. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, the last like 30 seconds. 30 minutes.
I'm like, how did you make such a good movie and then it just kind of ended with eh?
But yeah.
Like it's got the guy who plays the devil and Reaper in it.
Yeah.
A couple other people.
Did you ever realize like they're not the horror movies anymore? Like especially recently, like vampires and werewolves are now just the love interest.
Which I don't get why. That's an awful idea.
Oh, dude, I would definitely do it. Like, a vampire is like, I love you. I'd be like, make me a vampire.
I know you would, but that's because you're kind of crazy. But
my head would just like...
Actually, no, I wouldn't mind a vampire because, like, at least that's like, you know...
It wouldn't matter. If it was a werewolf, I'd be like, let's do it. I'll go hunt them by hand.
Assuming they had control, though. Like, if they were just like, I'm a werewolf and don't know when the fuck it's going to happen.
Fuck it.
Alright.
That'd be fun as shit. Wake up the next day, oh, fuck, what'd I do?
Oh, you mean you're also a werewolf?
Oh, yeah, I'd want them to make me one. Oh, if I couldn't become that thing?
Yeah, you were just with them. I'd pick vampire over that.
I'd feel really bad.
Because at least you don't have to wait for them to shift. Like, they can, like, hunt whoever the fuck they want to hunt.
Yeah, but I'd feel bad dating a vampire because I'd only be in their life for so long. Like,
Aren't werewolves technically living
No.
long? Don't they have, like, the extended lifespan? Really?
They're like, they're the cross of a wolf and a person. Technically, the lifespan would be shorter.
I thought in like mythology and stuff like that, they were supposed to live a little longer than people.
No, I'm pretty sure most lycanthropes don't live as long.
Huh.
Or live as long as the human.
It might depend on whoever's writing about it.
I've never had any of them where, like, the only one I know that has, like, an ancient werewolf
Yeah.
is Underworld, and it's because it's, like, the first werewolf.
How the fuck did the first werewolf become a werewolf?
I don't know. I forget. It's been a long time since I've seen
This
this.
is like a weird chicken and the egg situation.
Yeah.
By the way, the answer is the egg.
Yeah, because it would have to come from something before.
Yeah. For everyone who didn't know the answer to that, that's what it is. It's just a mutation from another animal.
The only time the question technically would have either answer is if you're a creationist. And then you don't know if he created the egg to hatch into the chicken or the chicken to...
Okay, when you look at it like that, yeah, you can do it either way. But I'm saying, like,
No, that's what I'm saying. The only way that has a difficult answer is if it's from a creationist standpoint. If you go from evolutionary standards, then just like what came first, like the baby or the human.
I've never understood like the logic of creationism though, because like even the church like goes, this isn't meant to be literal.
No, that's only some parts of the church, not all of it. Every priest is different. But
I know
yeah,
isn't the Vatican stance on it? It's just
I forget. I don't know. I know they tried to squash it back in like the earlier like the
I know like
early
back
2000s,
back
not
in
2000s, the 20th century.
because I know like back in the day, like way far back, a couple thousand years, like they were completely against the idea of anything else besides that. But
I don't get that. Just like technically Jesus wouldn't be white.
well, technically your idea of God is based off of who you believe. So technically, as in America, God's
That's if you're going off the concept from I think it's Buddhism. Don't quote me because I'm not sure. But if you want to post what religion it's from, if enough people will or believe, believe in something, it exists. If that is true,
that can be taken metaphorically or literally though.
no, it's a
I'm not saying
creation
within,
of gods.
I'm not saying within the sense of the religion. I'm just saying within the sense of speaking it. Like you can interpret it either way.
But if
because
Americans
technically speaking, if enough people believe in something, it does become a thing, in the sense of like they make places of worship and statues and stuff like that.
right, but if American gods is real, that'd be a really fun world to live in as someone aware
Of the situation.
Yeah, like if you were the Shadow Moon of the series.
Yeah. By the way, shows on Stars. Definitely recommend checking it out. Super fucking weird at first, but you get used to it.
Yeah, and
Also,
when you
know
finally find out, well, for all those who don't know what Mr. Wednesday is, by all the little hints throughout the series.
Yeah, spoiler.
When he finally does reveal his true name, it is a great scene.
I thought it was
because the star is there too.
Wouldn't most people like understand what it is though, because of the birds and the different colored eyes?
If they don't know mythology, no, they don't know.
I know, but I'm saying for people who like have a general understanding.
Nope.
Because even in the Avengers, they show like the missing eye and all that. I mean, he doesn't actually have a missing eye. He has that genetic mutation in the show where he has one eye that's different color.
No, in the show he has one blind eye. It's just white.
I thought it was supposed to be like he had the what the fuck's it called? I can't remember. They said it in one of the X-Men movies. The mutation where you have one eye that's one color and the other eye is different.
No, in X-Men he wears an eye patch.
No, not
Not in X-Men.
No, in First Class, there's a guy. He goes, the Professor X when he was younger. He goes up to a chick in a bar and he's talking about mutants, and he goes, "You're technically a mutant," and then she gets offended by it. He's like, "No, that's not. There's not something wrong with it." And then he shows her how it's like unique, and he's talking about like the different color eyes she has.
Okay, what's that to do with Odin?
I'm saying like showing the differentiation of like the two different eyes.
He doesn't have two different eyes. And watch American Gods, and he has one blind eye.
I didn't realize that it was blind. I just knew
white.
it was
It's milky white.
No, I just realized it was discolored.
Well, at least that's what blind eyes usually look like. It's that milky white color.
They never technically say he's blind though.
No, but he's like.
He could just have cataracts too.
No, it's the eye. I think the actual brown part of his eye is white.
Oh, all right.
But no, that's why in the beginning they stabbed that eye.
No, I understood why they were doing it, but I didn't know whether like.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was blind either until this last episode when they did a close up of his face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then I saw But yeah, and then the star is in it. Mad Sweeney. Love Mad Sweeney.
By the way, there's rumors he's replacing what should we call it? Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
I could see it.
I'd be fine with it.
I think it'll be a funnier Wolverine, like a more.
Yeah, if Marvel can get their hands back on that property and then have him play fucking
I
Wolverine,
would
that'd
love
be
for
great.
That'd be cool.
Like they mentioned him before. Like I saw American Gods, and I didn't know who the fuck he was, so I was like, I don't know, because I like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, but then
Well, Hugh Jackman he is
didn't-
Wolverine.
I know, but he didn't want to do the role anymore. And
Well, granted, he doesn't want to be typecast as. Let's try silence though.
maybe
We'll turn it up and put on like sirens.
there you go.
Kyle says, not sure, but it's one where Integra meets with Cardinal guys. Do you remember what episode in Helsing they meet with the Cardinals?
Oh,
What was that? That was what, 5, 6?
I want to say 6.
Alright. I'm gonna pull it up while we talk. I'm gonna look for it.
No, but I'd be completely fine with that guy playing.
CinemaSins did everything wrong with Get Out. By the way, I looked up what it's about. A lot better than what we first got impressions of when we saw the trailer.
What, Get Out?
Yeah.
What's it actually about?
It's the super white family like area, and they like to
Oh, you're talking
take
about that one.
black people.
It looks like a race thing.
yeah, but no, they
not
kidnap black
actually.
people. It's like the opposite of racism. They believe that blacks have a superior physical. Well, I mean that's technically racist, but stereotyping. But they believe that blacks
No, I know what you're talking about. That
bodies are superior, so they
Yeah.
love them so much that when they begin to die, they want to be put into a black person.
That's just weird racism.
Oh, and the daughter's in on. Oh, spoiler! Daughter's in on it the whole time.
Yeah, I know you were talking about it.
I was like, bitch. I mean, I guess.
Apparently, the one dude from Key and Peele actually directed that,
Yeah. Everything.
which I'm surprised he did that.
Yeah, it's a weird show to watch back and forth, but if they do the same movie, it's interesting. Everything great about and everything wrong with.
Yeah, it's technically not CinemaSins, though. Some other guy.
I know, but he's not bad.
Yeah, no, I'm not dissing on
He
him.
does make me appreciate a lot of different.
There's
jobs.
another guy who does everything wrong with games and does a decent job, but the videos are like a fucking hour and a half.
I like Branson, but the only thing I don't like is it doesn't follow the same CinemaSin format of where you don't ever see the person.
Oh, yeah. He
Yeah,
actually
some
recently
videos.
came back, though.
Yeah, he did Hummer and all them. I was
Uh-huh.
watching; they were pretty good.
He did fidget spinners. That was kind of funny.
That was funny. What else What's the other one? Oh, everything wrong with the music videos.
That's good if you're like one watching bursts.
They're funny, and I like a Dosa Buckley. Dosa Buckley does musical autopsies are my favorite.
He's a little more brutal than the CinemaSins guys.
Yeah.
Buckley?
Oh, he's brutal in the songs.
Yeah, he's
but
ruthless.
he's straight about it.
He is. He's not a dick for the sake of being a dick.
He points out the shit. You're like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then I started watching what is this? The Nerdist. I don't know if you ever heard of him. Nerdist.
What's he doing again?
Yeah, he just does videos.
Where is he?
He has a lot of like Alien vs Predator type, like Alien.
Oh, he's got the clear whiteboard behind him, and he does all the.
black whiteboard, and then he draws.
Oh, you're talking about Nerdist News and all that.
Hmm?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Nerdist. That's what it's called. Dude with the long hair and mustache, usually.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, and then there's the
And then Cracked.
the girl. I forget what her name is.
I've never seen the girl. I've only seen the guy. But. Alright.
I don't know. Nerdist kind of seems like it's. I like it. It's just kind of similar. It's like a better version of like, kind of like what G4 did, but with like comic books.
Well, I just like because I'm really big into Alien, so it was he had a lot of Alien videos.
Right.
Wait, episode's 8. Is it episode 8?
Oh, is it the new one out?
No, it's on 7. But apparently that's like the big search. What episode did they do that in? I forget it was 5 or 6.
I like how Team 4 Star actually has permission from like all these fucking animes to do it, and then people just do copyright strikes on them to fuck with them.
That's not coming out there, is it?
No, it's not.
Alright, well, I can hear it, and then I'll have to figure out how to set it out of this.
Watch they can hear it, and then you just repeat it. No, don't do that because then it's gonna do that scream.
Do you guys want to hear some really fucked up noises? Alright, lesson learned. I can now watch TV while we do this.
How dedicated are we to this? Well,
Done, because then we can just always do it.
that's true.
And then post 23-hour videos.
Yeah, do you know how long that's going to take to render? Do you know how often, like, when we were doing this regularly, when we actually got shit out on time? Never. Imagine if you did a 23-hour
Well, that's because you'd be like, and then we'll post tonight. And I'm like, Joe, we got to shoot tonight. And you're like, oh.
Well, I figure that, like, if we do it earlier, we should be able to post it later.
We'd have to shoot at, like, 7 o'clock. And then it'd be up by, like, midnight.
That was the aim.
Because I have to render it, and then I have to load it. And then I have to make sure nothing gets fucked up, and I gotta do a little bit of...
You gotta make sure the JPEG comes up with the podcast name.
I don't think it's this episode. I was just really French by the French accent.
Yeah, I don't know if Team 4-Star uploads their stuff to Patreon or not, but... Weirdly enough, Team 4-Star doesn't seem like they have much perks to them. It's just like the more money you want to give them. By the way, I gotta say, out of all their abridged animes, Hellsing is definitely the best one.
I think Kyle's wrong. Oh no. Maybe?
What?
I'm at the part with the Cardinals. With
Uh,
the Spanish Inquisition.
we weren't expecting you.
you.
Know what
No
it
one ever
does?
does. Salvation Army. We're here to kill some gays. Nazis? Same thing. How many crosses do we got?
The best part is where it goes up to the Jewish guys. We're here to kill some Nazis, and it goes vampires. Like, damn, whatever.
The KKK. Remember, the KKK doesn't like the Nazis. They don't like the classic type Nazis.
That's not alt-right. By the way, I like how Nazis try to rebrand themselves as alt-right. It's just another name for Nazis.
I just noticed that they call themselves the Knights of the Hanging Noose.
Wow.
That went right over our heads when we actually watched it. Probably because we were laughing during the scene.
It's fucking hysterical.
Because it's they put the one with the Jewish star, and it's like, we're here to kill some Nazis. He goes, are you even Catholic? He goes, why does that...
Well, he goes, we'll be whatever the fuck you want.
We'll pray to whoever the fuck you want. We're just here to kill some Nazis.
No, but other than Something Witty and Team 4-Star, I haven't really seen that many channels that do decent abridged ones.
How to Be Adventure is pretty good. I forget who does that.
How to Be an Adventure is decent. I think the girl who plays Austin is actually in
Yeah,
that.
she's in there.
It's weird because
You said
every
that.
time she's in something,
It's
it's a decent one.
She picks good ones. What's it called was good too. Bleach. Bleach was funny.
Bleach was good. It wasn't as well done as the Hellsing or
they're working
SAO,
on it.
but
when it breaks out into musical for no reason, it's great. I think Kyle was wrong on what episode it was.
by the way, SAO actually does references to a bunch of other shit other than SAO, and it's funny when you actually recognize what it is. Because in episode 2, the beginning of it, it has the fucking voiceover guy from Bastion.
So we can all just agree that Jesus wasn't the savior. Did I miss it?
Fellas, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Guys, what movie is that from? The War Room? Really? I was like, it sounded familiar, but... I think God liked it.
Why did my brain shoot over to fucking Highlander? Do you know how Sean Connery's in that?
In what?
Highlander, but he's not the Highlander.
Wait, you mean where there can only be one?
Yeah. So, Sean Connery's trying to do a different accent, and it's not going well for him at all. And he goes, so what's it like in your native land of Scotland? I'm like, Sean, you're from Scotland.
Hmm?
In that movie, in Highlander, he's supposed to be someone who's not from Scotland, but he's doing the thickest Scottish accent ever. And he's like, so what's it like in your native land of Scotland? I'm like, Sean.
It's just like Matt when he tries to do.
Or when it's in the Hunt for Red October and he's supposed to be Russian and he's not doing a Russian accent at all. And then on top of it, he speaks Japanese.
Are you talking about? You're talking about how like in when Matt does D&D, he tries to do different voices.
And it's always Scottish.
Matt, why is everyone Scottish? What do you mean? Your dwarfs are Scottish, your knights are Scottish, your elves are Scottish.
What are you talking about? That was British. No, it fucking wasn't.
Wait, why are your elves British? This isn't Rome. Oh, I rolled, by the way, 5 9s in a row.
How?
Literally.
Huh.
I was playing with them, D&D, yesterday.
Did it at least work?
And I just kept saying 9, 9, 9, 9. No, it was one off from what I needed to hit Matt.
That sucks.
It's 9, 9, 9. I was like, I should just become fucking German.
That just brought me back to fucking Inglourious Bastards.
Hmm?
That brought me back to Inglourious Bastards when he's like 999. He's like, oh yes, yes, yes.
But I was like, what are the odds? The odds are like.
By the way, did you hear that people who are part of the alt-right are getting mad because they have modes in first-person shooters where you kill Nazis?
Wait, what?
The alt-right are getting mad because in video games, there's parts where you kill Nazis.
I don't understand why they'd be. Oh. Right. Because they're the Nazis.
And everyone else is like, they're Nazis.
To put it in perspective, there was a 3,200,000 1 in 3,200,000 chance of me rolling 5 9s in a row.
Huh.
I should have played the fucking lottery.
Got all 9s.
I don't think that's possible. I don't think you can double numbers.
I don't know.
I think there's only one of each, right? Whereas like each one, I don't fucking know.
I really hope that that's actually picking up on the fucking recording, by the way.
Dude, it's just picking up a bunch of random shit then. Because I'm just like...
Skipping through it.
Yeah, because I'm like, and looking at 4 and 5. Now, I checked 6. I know it wasn't 7.
Oh, by the way, going back to the topic of how we were talking about vampires and werewolves and shit like that, you were talking about before they were trying to bring back the Dark Universe idea?
They started the Dark Universe. They just started it.
Okay, so for you guys who don't know what the Dark Universe is, they're incorporating, I believe initially it was Dracula Untold, that movie.
But then they hit it. They said they kicked that from it because it got bad reviews. I thought it was a good movie. I liked it.
It was really good.
I liked the idea that Dracula wasn't the villain.
I think that's why I didn't get as much, because it was kind of a different take on it. So
well, it was a very fantasy-esque version.
True.
Where Dracula was an anti-hero.
Well, initially he was supposed to be the bad guy, and then he became a hero, and then he became a vampire.
No, he's a hero.
No. In the beginning, it says he has to atone for his sins for what he did, because it alludes to the fact that he was like Vlad the Impaler before.
Right, but the technically doesn't make him the bad guy. He did that because it was that or his kingdom be ruined by the Turks, who he fought under, and he was like a one-man army. And then the Turks, who his like...
No, I'm saying before all that. Back when he fought with the Turks and that one guy was his brother or some shit like that.
Right, but he did that for the army. It's not technically a bad guy. That would be like saying all of the Marines who murdered for America, killed people to keep America safe, were bad guys.
No, I think you could argue that that's... Because people who were part of the wrong side in a war, even if they had no choice, they're still charged for war crimes after.
They're not charged for war crimes ever.
Yeah, they are, actually.
Not all of them. Not every Nazi was charged for war crimes.
No, I'm saying that, but like, if say there was like an unwilling participant, you can't necessarily negate it legally speaking. I understand what you're saying, but
right, no, but I'm saying like he was technically he wasn't a. I don't think
morally
he was a general.
speaking, he wasn't doing it for the wrong reason.
He wasn't doing it for the right reason either. He was doing it for.
He was trying to protect his people.
Yeah, he was just trying to protect his people. I don't know who started the war and stuff, and that.
I'm so pissed that that's not getting a sequel.
I really hope they try to revamp it. I really liked it.
There was nothing wrong with it.
I liked its ending where it left with the demon that was in the cave getting out, and I feel like it's him.
I thought they gave him more personality in it, kind of made you sympathize with him. He had the fucking effects were great too.
Yeah, I like the whole bat fist.
No logical sense to it really, but it looks amazing.
It has logical sense.
Using bats as weapons, not like the baseball bat.
If you took a bunch of bats and put them into a concealed place.
No, I'm saying it doesn't make sense how they fly back off. I would assume that they'd all die on impact from hitting all these guys.
Most of them probably would die. And then the rest would fly off. Because not all of them had to hit.
That's true. Was he technically
But doesn't Aquaman do shit like that? Like where he has
Who the fuck cares about Aquaman?
Uh,
Until recently, everyone was like,
I'm going to tell you the
Aquaman's a
truth.
pussy.
I really like who's playing Aquaman because he looks like...
He looks how he should look.
He looks like how I would picture Aquaman if Aquaman was in the Northern Oceans.
I don't really have any faith in the new Justice League movie, though. Just because how DC's been doing lately.
Yeah, but I hear Wonder Woman's really good. I haven't got a chance to see it.
I heard it was really good, too. It's just, I haven't gotten a chance to look at it myself, but everything else that I've seen, it's half-baked.
Since Batman. Since the one where he fought the Joker. Where Batman Begins?
No.
Dark Knight Rises?
No, Rises was Bane. It was just The Dark Knight.
Was it? That was my favorite one.
I'm not a Christian Bale fanboy. I think there's problems with his Batman, but I think overall that was a better movie than, say, Batman v Superman.
I like that. I think that was my favorite one, but I think that's because I really, really enjoyed the Joker in it. All right.
Suicide Squad could have been a lot better, too.
Alright, guys. What I'm going to do is, because I can't find this clip skipping around, probably because I'm probably skipping right over it. So, I'm going to probably binge this all night before I go to bed, because it's a decent show to watch. And then...
We'll binge it while it renders.
And then I'll,
Oh, by the way,
get the clip.
Sort of unrelated note. Guys, if you want us to, hit us up and let us know if you want us to make a Reddit or a, was it Tumblr you wanted to do?
I can do Tumblr. I have Tumblr. I'll make an extension of the one I have.
Yeah, just comment down below if you guys would be interested in that. We already have the Instagram and the Twitter up and running like we were talking about.
Yeah, and then if you're interested in D&D, I got to get back to it because I'm a bit writing on it because of nursing, but D&D story times.
Yeah, and if enough of you guys want to do that, we can also do that. Because that'd be easier to fit into the schedule, too.
Also, if anyone's listening to this and knows D&D and has any good character concepts for paladins, that'd be helpful. So I'm trying to think of a second class to run with paladin because my buddy wants to run a dual class system, so the older renditions. So
Kyle or Matt?
Matt.
Okay. Not the Matt we had on the show before,
No,
different
the
Matt.
other Matt. Or one that we see more often. So I want to run paladin as my main class, and then my secondary class is going to depend on what type of paladin I go with. So if I go with Conquest, they're like a front lines kind of commander paladin, so I'm probably going to run Cavalier.
Okay.
And then if I run Paladin of Treachery, I'm probably going to run some kind of rogue.
Yeah, I might get back into it if
Or
you guys
dark
do a
thing.
campaign that's not as brutal as Dark Souls, with what fucking Kyle's doing here.
Yeah. By the way, guys, if you can ever get your hands on a Death Knight sword, fucking use it. Because we had to do... We're on the 8th. We just cleared the 8th floor? Or the 9th floor in Kyle's campaign. He has
Right.
a tower system. And I got possessed by an evil book that made me believe that I couldn't trust anyone.
So it just gave you trust issues?
No, I was convinced that everyone was trying to kill me. And everyone was out to end my existence.
I mean, Matt kind of was.
Yeah, he was. Matt's a little butthurt. But, so Matt tried to kill me a couple times. So me and Matt had a fight. And I could have won the fight before he even entered the room by a spell. But then I was like, no, I won't be that cheap.
Oh, wait, you backed out of your plan?
Yeah, I backed out.
Why?
I didn't want to just...
Oh, you could have obliterated him.
Yeah, but then I had to fight Broom Girl, and that would have been a pain in the dick. Anyway, so I ended up fighting them one-on-one, but I'm a caster. I'm like a spell sword, I guess. I'm a caster and a swords person. It's like a customized version of the Favorite Soul because we started playing before they released it.
I'm surprised you don't do more melee than spells.
I took the spells from Dark Souls. I found a PDF online.
Right.
And they're just fun because I just hurl lightning bolts, but my class has a feature. My subclass has a feature that All of my spells depend, like their damage type alters to fit my deity. So instead of hurling like lightning and radiant spells, when I throw lightning, it's necrotic ice,
What?
and I just hurl at people.
Jesus.
And then there's other spells I have, but yeah, in the last session I went from level 12 to 19.
Jesus. What the fuck did you do?
Well, Kyle didn't want to let us grind, like have us actually grind.
Right.
So after I killed Matt, we don't know how much a player's actually worth.
Right.
So we give whatever the player's experience is at that level. So like if you're level 12, I think it's like 100,000 or 120,000.
Okay.
So if you kill a level 12 character and you're within the level, you get 120,000. So like if a 19 kills like a bunch of level 10s, you're not going to get all that XP to get to 20 because it's not really like... That's the equivalent of me throwing you against a god.
Right.
There's like every 4 levels, it's a bigger rift.
Right.
But... So yeah, I killed Matt. I was throwing lightning bolts, but he's a monk. So he closed the distance in like one turn. And he started punching me. But I never stepped forward.
Right.
So I was... Technically, when he pushed me back, I couldn't go back.
Right.
I could only sit down.
Mm-hmm.
So Kyle goes, "You sit down." So I went, all right, I just extend my sword when he goes to jump as my attack of opportunity.
Right.
And it was enough damage to put him down to 4 hit points.
Damn.
Because he got so close that my spells were kind of just ineffective.
Right.
Because you need distance. So I pulled out the sword and I just started swinging. And I started rolling higher than 9.
Mm-hmm.
So I started cutting them down. I think in like 4 hits I did like...
Oh, didn't you kill him?
90 damage. Yeah, well, that was the funny part. He jumped back from me. So I dropped my shield and sword and I pulled out my bow instead of using a spell and I shot him. And then 1 arrow was enough to down him. But then the arrow has a special poison from an earlier boss.
Right.
From this like gem the boss dropped. That every round it ticks.
Oh.
And then every 3 arrows, the damage die goes up.
Okay.
So if you land 3 consecutive hits, or first hit, it does 4. You get a bonus 1d4.
Mm-hmm.
If you land all 3 of those hits, the next arrow, right, which would technically be like the 3 arrows after the first,
Right.
would make it a 1d6 poison. And then 1d8. It's really meant for bosses to like, eventually you get up to like 1d20, then 1d20 and a d4, 1d20 and a d this, right? But Matt didn't like that because that's not how... Oh, shit.
What?
Right over an hour. Alright, I guess we'll just call it here. Anyway, yeah, I killed Matt with a poison that didn't work like the normal poison. It was like a poison that gets in you and every round ticks. So.
Okay.
But, alright, well... We'll see you then, I guess.
Yeah, hit us up where we said, comment down below what you want us to do, open up suggestions, so on and so forth. So I guess we'll see you guys next time.
Alright, adios.
Bye.